Well, hello and welcome to the open house for equestrian singles. My name is Chip Barrelly. I'm here with Marsha Zwilling. How you doing, Marsha?
I'm fine, thanks, Chip.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for being
Here.
here. Yes. All right. I'd like to start with a little housekeeping. If you haven't already dialed into the audio bridge, please do so now. You can use your computer's auto-grade in the audio system to listen in. During the call, all attendees will be on mute. If you'd like to submit any questions, there is a questions feature on your webinar's control panel. I generally field the questions as they come. If they're going to be answered in the general flow of the conversation. If not, there is a question and answer period at the end that will get to all the questions. Okay. This is the deal that we're working on today. Equestrian Singles has $75,000 in revenue. It has an annual profit of $50,000. Monthly uniques are 11,000, but if you look at the page views, they're up over 375. So very nice amount of people looking at the pages once they get there. Current asking price is $200,000. You can go to latonas.com, and all of these are hyperlinks that you could be able to see the graphs that coincide with the data. Marsha, why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of the site? What made you start this, and how's it going since then?
Well, let's see. I was on a weekend trail ride. I had moved to Texas after about 18 years in LA working in television. And I went on a trail ride, and I met this young couple who had met on a ride. And the idea just came to me. I thought, equestrian singles, what a great idea. It would put people together who loved horses. So I had the idea, and from the time I had it, I pretty much knew it was going to be a winner. And that's where it came from. And then one of my riding buddies, Jan Merkin, was looking to get out of the music management business, and I pitched her the idea, and she loved it. So we borrowed the money, and we launched the site in 2001. And, we both were working really hard at launching it. And at first, people, it was still a time where there was a little bit of a stigma for dating sites, so people weren't quite sure what to make of it. But our word of mouth was so great that it just took off like gangbusters. And that's pretty much the history of it. And that was 2001.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, this is something that I wanted to show that these are also included in the package, correct?
That's correct. We built the site so long ago that now you can buy software and make everything brandable, but our site was built from scratch, which makes it really unique. And we have all these domain names like Country Western Singles and Equestrian Friends. There's the home page for Country Western Singles. But because we couldn't really brand it, what we did was we just have their own home pages, but once they log in, the header will say equestriansingles.com, Country Singles, and Equestrian Friends. So they all share the same database.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. I guess you had some exposure throughout the time the site has been live.
Yes, we had. Uh-huh.
So tell me about the Today Show.
Well, the Today Show was a result of CNBC was doing a special on online dating called Love at First Bite, BYTE. And so we were contacted by them to be chosen as the equestrian site to feature. And we were part of the documentary. And when the Today Show was doing the soundbite or the story to promote the documentary on CNBC, they chose our site and they chose Biker Date to give examples of two successful niche sites. So that's how we got on. And if you go to the Today Show link, it's a great, great story about us. We shared the screen time pretty much as the other website, if not more. And then Oprah, well, I was in a magazine called More Magazine for women over 40 and talking about how I started Equestrian Singles. And the Oprah people saw the story, and one day I was in my office till, really late on a Friday, and I was going, oh, why do I have to be here this late? And all of a sudden I get a phone call, and they said, hi, this is Bridget from the Oprah Winfrey Show. And I thought it was a joke, and I went, yeah.
Right.
Who is this? And it really was them. And it was kind of a whirlwind. They said, we're going to come to see you next week, and we're going to film you at your house riding your horse. We're going to fly you to Chicago. And the premise of this particular episode was aging brilliantly. And the premise being we stay young because we're doing what we love to do. And mine was horses and equestriansingles.com. And as a matter of fact, when she turned to the audience and said, so you don't even have to ask if you love horses, equestriansingles.com, by the time it aired across the country, and I had warned our server, our hosting company, Rackspace, but it really, really slowed down the website, and there was that much traffic after Oprah. And, we still get calls for stories like last year, Horse and Ride did about a 5-page story on us, and no other equestrian website, just us, profiling 5 of our stories. One was long distance. I think she lived in Europe, and the guy lived in Arizona. Another one was he was going to try to buy a horse, and they ended up getting a wife. It was kind of an interesting story. So
That's interesting.
Little tidbits of the press. And somebody told me I got one of those emails from one of those clip places that, want to sell you clips, and they said we were on Good Morning America, but I kind of let that fall through the wayside. I never really did find out if that was the case or not, but I guess it was if he,
Yeah, if he's coming after you, obviously there's a reason for it. Very nice. All right. Next, I wanted to show a couple of the testimonials. Definitely some people are very pleased with this site. I like the fact that it says this website is truly a community from Texas Bay. That is the truth about your site, correct? Much more than a dating site.
When we started the site, and when we started the site, I will give credit to Jan for coming up with the idea of calling it an online community, because that term was never really used. So we called it an online community from the start. And where we really got wind that this was something very different from every other dating site was when one of our members' houses caught fire in North Carolina. And everybody from North Carolina rallied to help her, and people from around the country would send her, Walmart gift cards to help her rebuild. And that was the first indication, like, my God, this is really something else. It's like a little community. It's like a little cyber town. And what's about our site than regular dating sites is we have chat room, we have a message board, and people stick around. I mean, a lot of these people are some of the original members. I think Texas Bay was probably in 2001, 2002, but as you can see, they all same things. And then there's a link to the actual posts on our message board, which has, I guess 33,000 views and a lot, maybe 55 more of these posts. But a lot of people got married, and then they continued to stay part of the community because they wanted to stay in touch with their friends. They would have get-togethers at different ranches, and so it became something that even if you met your husband, like Holly's Jubilee met her, she was one of our first marriages, and then he passed away of a heart attack. But they had stayed part of the community, and so did Jeannie and Rancher too, and he eventually passed away as well. But they would have gatherings, equestrian single gatherings at their ranch, and so you can see most people just say the same thing. It's not like Match.com. I found it to be much different and better than other dating sites, and so that's pretty much what I can say about that.
Very nice, very nice. It's good to see that people are staying that long.
I think it's the thing that Right, and I think it's the thing that set us apart from everybody else. You know, there were a lot of people buying home pages and doing copycat sites and, you know,
Hmm.
trying to trick people into thinking they were us, but none of that worked.
Very good. Well, imitation is the best form of flattery. So it is. But
Yes, I know.
very nice. Okay, this is the archive.org. Anybody can go to this site. What this does shows the longevity of your site. Anybody can click on any of these times in 2005 and see exactly the progression of the site from 2001 till 2005 to 2008 till what it is today. I think it's very nice, and it just shows you've definitely been doing a lot of work on this thing. It has been around for a while.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, you go back to that for a minute, Chip. It's interesting to see, what is this date, 2008? See,
Right
this
here.
is right around the time that Jan took the job as general manager of a record company. So you can see that there's a little bit of a difference
Yes.
once she pretty much left, and it was just up to me. So
Oh, interesting. All right. You got a graph right there that shows the difference. So very good. Now, this is your Google Analytics. Shows you've been very steady, but you have
yeah.
these nice little spikes every once in a while. You want to explain that to me?
Sure. And it's not only a spike in traffic, it's also a spike in revenue, as indicated by the daily settlement reports. When Jan and I started this site, we were both working it, you know, pretty much 7 days a week. And I focused mostly on marketing and promotion. I formed different partnerships. We had a great partnership with Horseman's Radio Weekly. We had a partnership with the Extreme Mustang Makeover, and they had banners in the arenas and interviewed on radio shows. So a lot of marketing promotion done. When Jan left, I was really taking over the day-to-day running of the site, and it left me little time to do the marketing and promotion that I used to do. But these spikes are the times that I did put in the extra time and energy. I can't really see the dates on it, but for example, we used to do, or still do it, our annual Easter egg hunt, virtual Easter egg hunt. And what we would do is we would hide Easter eggs on different profiles. And the first person to find the Easter eggs would get a free membership, like a free month or a free 6-month membership. And what I did was I sent out an email blast saying, you know, this is our annual virtual egg hunt. So people would come to the site and search, and then once they're there searching, they're seeing people that they kind of want to write to, so they buy a membership. So we would do stuff like that, spring bake specials, Thanksgiving special. We're grateful to have you be our members. We're good for 1 week only. Offer this Thanksgiving special. Here's a complimentary week. And so when we offered the complimentary week and the special prices for the Thanksgiving special, once the 7 days ran out, everybody bought a membership. So that's why you see these kinds of spikes here. And I would think that if I went and looked at my email blast history, it would coincide with this, as would the spikes in revenue.
Understood. All right. Very nice. These are the different countries that obviously come to the site. I see the United States is the strongest, and then, of course, Canada is right next to it. Not really much in the other countries. Do you think there'd be some way to delve into these different markets?
Well, you know, again, there's only so much one person can do. And we did buy the domain name equestriansingles.uk. And you know, obviously Britain's a huge horse community, but we never really marketed that area. We looked into advertising in Horse and Hound and, you know, maybe some online websites. But again, it's awful hard to do everything.
I
You know,
understand.
whereas if you have a couple people, it's a lot easier. But that website, equestriansingles.uk, would come with the package as well. And I would hope, you know, my hope is that somebody would take over this company and really, you know, restore it to its grandeur that it used to be. Because by myself, I can't do it on my own. And you know, the site deserves to be marketed, the site deserves to be promoted, and the site deserves to be advertised. And if you go to the testimonial page, the topic is what ES has meant to you, you can see the difference. Whenever I'm interviewed, I always say, well, I've had a lot of success in my life. I was a vice president at Lorimar. I ran Steve Martin's company. But when people ask me what is my proudest accomplishment, I always say it's equestriansingles.com because it's truly made a difference in so many people's lives. We'd have an annual NFR party at the National Finals Rodeo, and people would come up to me and say, we just had our third child, and thank you. And you know, another member was very ill with cancer, and everybody rallied around him and kept having get-togethers at his house, and he lived another 2.5 years, even though he was given 6 months. So I'm very proud of the site, and I want it to continue. That's the bottom line. I want the right buyer that will continue my vision. Understood.
Excellent. All right. Now, these are the different keywords that are coming into the site. I see Equestrian Singles, obviously, equestriansingles.com. Did you do any SEO work or have this done, or is this just something that grew organically?
You know, we never do. That's another thing. We should have also looked into advertising like Google AdWords on different websites. We never did anything. This was our biggest referral today is sales. We still get word of mouth from friend or relative or Google search or internet search. So all of this is organic on its own with no promotion from us.
It's very impressive bounce rate, by the way, 15.96. That means the people that are here, and as you see in the duration of the average session, the people that are coming to this site are using this site. They're staying on it. I'll be honest, I think an advertising portfolio might really not only boost the profits, it would not interfere because you have none at all right now. So maybe just a little extra would definitely help out the new owner. Something to think about. Now, these are the different landing pages they go to. We were just discussing this a little bit ago. The account login is here, but the chat is actually here. This shows that the people are really using this chat section, correct?
Yes, that's true. But I think that most people log on, they'll go to their mailbox, read their mail, and they search. You know, they search to see who's here, who's there. They'll peek into chat, and if there's anybody in there that they like and want to talk to, they'll hop in. That's another motion that I do, which was really successful. I did sort of as a coming off the Throwback Thursday that they do on Facebook, I came up with the idea of Throwback Sunday reunion chat. And so I promoted a big equestrian singles reunion chat, and you know, basically sent out an email blast and said, come on back and talk to your old friends, meet new ones. And it was very successful. I think we filled up the room. The room was limited to 60 people. We had 60 people in there, and just a lot of traffic, which is probably one of those spikes that we saw previously, was probably the night of our Sunday reunion chat. And I try to do that every Sunday, but if I don't actually go out and market it and promote it more, it doesn't get as big a response as when I do send out an email blast and remind people, or I post it on our Facebook page, tonight's reunion chat.
Very true. Marketing definitely could be a help, and unfortunate that you've been on by yourself up for the last while.
Right. Well, you know, that was my forte. I mean, I wasn't, I guess coming out of television, I wasn't afraid to call anyone about anything, and you know, that was the main focus. And Jan pretty much handled, you know, a lot of the day-to-day, and, you know, we had an employee working for us as well. But Jan was offered a job she couldn't refuse. It was a general manager of a record company in 2008. And, you know, it's interesting because the busier she became, the less time I had to do promotion and marketing, and I really started to see the difference. And then I believe it was in 2010, I have to look at her LinkedIn page, she accepted a job as supervising producer for a TV show, Austin City Limits. And that job was like day and night. So basically, she was not available, and I had to pretty much focus on doing a lot of the day-to-day, and just everyday stuff, servers, hosting company, member email.
Right.
And
Very nice.
And then truthfully, I also got offered a job at a part-time thing that I love, where I work with music supervisors and I put songs on hit TV shows, and that took me away from it even a little bit more. So
we're showing there's definitely some room for picking this back up then. Very nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can see the proof is in the pudding. When I market it and I promote it, there's spikes, When I let it run by itself, and pretty much I would say since Jan left in 2008, it's been passive income. That's the bottom line. It's been passive income. We just let it be. We don't do much. And, it just, it's like a little engine that could,
Very nice. So this is on Majestic SEO's page. These are the top 5 links that they think are doing the best work for you. Did you do anything to gain these links, or is this something that's been happening organically, or a little bit of both?
No, in the very beginning when we started the website, we were doing a lot of link exchanges. And it was one of those things that just fell by the wayside. I don't think I've posted a link or tried to exchange links in probably 8, 9 years. So this is all people on their own.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Now this is the SEM Rush page. I like this because it shows your search engine traffic is just pretty much steady. It's very nice. And if someone were to try to reinvent this site on their own, just to get up to that traffic is almost $9,000. But you say that it's a little bit different than it used to be, correct?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said in the beginning, when you have, actively promoting and marketing, I would go to every Extreme Mustang Makeover competition. Our banners would be in the arena. We'd exchange email blasts. That was something that was very effective to us. We did it with another company called equine.com. When we exchanged email blasts, we reached a whole different audience. And I think really, I hate to admit it, but I've been very lazy about this. We've advertised in the same magazines for the same amount of time, and, people become immune to it. And instead of reaching out to new audiences, again, it's been passive income. I haven't really done anything to do that. And also, I don't think print is what it used to be either, and the way to go is online, which is what I was looking into next.
Very good. Just want to point out the keyword positions, one across the board. You really have a stranglehold on your market. I like that. It's very nice. Also, the competition levels, very high also. So, very nice. Now, talk to us about the traffic. It is kind of a up and down situation, correct?
That's correct. Again, I have found over the years that it sometimes tends to be seasonal. I would always see a dip April, right before taxes, possibly spring break when people are out of college or they're going on vacation. Sometimes in October when the riding weather is so perfect, people don't want to be in on a computer. And a little bit after the first of the year. Now I can tell you what happened right there. I don't know if you can see this. On January 15th, right here, you see that big dip? Right there, yeah. On January 15th, I had an idea. I usually have good ideas. This was not one of them. But I thought, I want to try a different functionality. I want people to be able to read the emails that other members are sending to them. And so I emailed our tech person who made the change on January 15th, and I sent out an email blast, come read your mail for free. free. We had a lot of traffic, and then it instantly started dropping. And I realized what happened was two things. One, before they would get a notification, you have mail waiting on equestriansales.com. So, curiosity was, I want to see who wrote to me. You'd buy a membership, you'd see who wrote to you. But now you can actually go, when you click on the profile and he's not exactly Prince Charming, it's not worth putting up the money to write him back. And I didn't realize that. Also, people were writing and saying, contact me at my personal email address. So I realized, because I was saying, what is going on? And then I looked back on my email when I requested the change in functionality, and it totally coincided with the drop in traffic and the drop in revenue. So I just had him change it back a few days ago. Because it was not a good idea.
Gotcha. And we'll see that drop in revenue in just a little bit. I'm glad that you touched base on it beforehand so that we can prepare. Right. All right. I do like the fact, though, that if you look here in March of 2014, the uniques are 13,000. But the page views are almost 525,000. Just shows that you're really getting a bang for your buck when you sign up for this site. You really got a lot of people to talk to, and and people obviously are enjoying it because they're staying. That's very good. Now, I'm actually going to turn this over to you, Marsha.
Okay. Hold on.
If you would just take that and show us a little bit about your admin section.
Okay, this is our admin section, and again, we built the site from scratch. So the daily duties are pretty simple. It's like I'll log in.
Marsha, your screen is not showing yet.
What?
Your screen is not showing yet.
Why is that? Oh dear. Okay. What am I doing wrong? I clicked that thing.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you touch one of the other tabs, see if it shows up?
Should I go to webinar again?
Sure.
This is... says my session is running already. Why don't you put it back to you and try to do it again to me?
Okay.
Can you do that, Chip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I see you're the presenter. Go to webinar. I'm going to try it one more time.
Actually, I just made you the presenter. Just accept it, and you should be able to show your screen. It's still showing a black screen. I don't know why.
Unbelievable. It was working. We tried it before, right?
Yes, it sure was. Not a problem. Let's just do this. Can you see my screen now?
I just have a white screen that says organizer. I wonder if I tried a different browser, do you think it would work?
Could be.
Let me try a different browser. Hold on. Okay, I am on Internet Explorer right now. I don't have that. Can you see me?
No, ma'am. I still have a black screen for you.
I don't believe it. Well, I don't know what we should do. Do you want to try to put back the slides you have, and then I can just go over them with you?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, sure. No problem. We'll just do this real quickly. Give me 1 second. Exit out of this.
I can't
Sorry about
find
the
you.
technical issues here. It's not a problem at all.
And we tested it before. It worked perfectly. Wouldn't
Yep.
you know it?
All right. And then we'll just present this. So we've gone through a little bit of this already. Here we are. Now this is your admin section here.
Right, let me get to it. This is the admin section, and again, when we built the site, we built it from scratch. So every day I come on, and like in the morning, I usually do it about 3 times a day, or probably more actually. In the morning, I come on and I send expiration notification emails, which tells the member your account is expiring in 3 days or 1 day. You can change that. There's a link over in the site administration column that says expiration email. So you can pretty much say what you want to say. Sometimes I'll say, you know, what did I just do? The Thanksgiving special is ending on Friday. Your account expires in 3 days. Take advantage of these great low prices. So I'll do that. Then the delete messages older than 30 days. It's like a lot of members are sometimes read a message and just leave it there. So we thought for storage purposes, you know, just delete them.
Clean out their inbox for them. That's very nice.
Exactly. And so every morning I'll come on, you know, maybe 7, 8 in the morning, and I do this. Then I go up to profile descriptions, and I read to make sure there's, you know, nothing inappropriate, and then I approve the profiles. Then I go to the photos, and I look at the photos, and I approve the photos. Also on the admin side, if people mail in photos, you have the ability to scan and upload it to their profile or manually update their account via being paid by check. I have a section here called promo codes where I can put down any promo code for any amount of days. So for example, I always do Valentine's Day promo, you know, Valentine 2015. And, you know, I can do the weekend for 5 days, or I can do a week. So I have that ability to do promo codes. I have referral counts where I can add or remove referrals. Like if we're advertising in Western Horseman, I can check out and see how many people they're sending us. There's also a keyword block list. There's chat options. I can create special chat rooms, like I created a Sunday reunion chat, I created Easter chat, New Year's Eve chat. So I have that ability as well. Also, people submit success stories. I can approve that. And then there's a thing called homepage text, which is a little billboard in the center of our homepage. So like right now I have the link to the Today Show, and I can put, you know, for example, Easter specials, click here for details. So that's pretty much the main page of the admin section. Packages. I can change the packages, 1 month membership, $19.95 or $29.95. I can do 3 months, I can do 6 months, I can do 1 year. I have the ability to change the packages at any time for any price, for any amount of days.
All right. And then what would this page be used for? This is a site administration, correct? This is the packages page you were just referring to.
I can't, oh yes, that's what I was just referring to. So I write the description, Easter special, 1 week only, and then the name of it, the number of days, and the price.
Okay, very good. And then this is still editing the packages. I guess you could change the description of it right there. Very good. Now, do you have an idea what this is? This is deleting the chat
that's
messages.
what I was just talking about, the chat option. So here's when I do a special, like I'll probably do, you know, Easter chat, Easter Sunday. So I can create a special chat room that says Easter Sunday chat. And post it on the home page of the chat room section, and people can go into that special chat room. If there's somebody causing problems, I can block them from this page so that they can no longer use chat. So it's called boot use. user. Or I can create rooms even for a premium members only. And the premium member also has their ability to create their own chat room. So if they just want to chat with 4 different people, they can create their own and have a password.
Understood. Now, how often do you have people that are causing problems that you actually have to boot?
You know, not very often anymore. Our members kind of police it themselves. So.
Oh, that's nice. A
Yeah.
little user-generated work for you. I like it.
Right.
Excellent. Now, this is a question, Siegel. Still, this is going to be, I cannot tell what this is.
Oh, this is the referral page. In other words, I can add referrals or delete them.
Very nice. Okay. And then
That's the expiration email I was telling you about, where I can, or is that there's 2 of, yeah, this is the expiration, because you can see the choices of days on the left-hand column, and I can write whatever I want. Like I will probably say, you know, the spring break special is coming to an end, March 30th, this is your last chance to get these low-price packages, and usually, you know, we see a boost in revenue when they think they're going to miss out if they don't buy it that day.
there you go. Sense of urgency. I like it. Very nice. All right. Now, this is your inbox, correct?
Yes, this is when a member clicks Contact Us, the mail comes through this, it's everyone.net, and so I answer member mail, I can send out member mail. Also, like I see somebody here just bought a PayPal membership, so I will, you know, go and manually update them from PayPal. So that's what this is. So when a member clicks Contact Us, it comes into this mail server. Our site also had its own mail server where we had the ability to email by state, to email members who had logged in a certain amount of time, to email free members, to email premium members. But what happened was, as the years progressed and spam became more and more of an issue, we decided to go with Constant Contact because we were afraid we were going to get blacklisted because people would see equestrian singles, or if you're not from a really reputable email source, you know, you risk the chance of being blacklisted. So we stopped using the mailer through our website, and we do everything through Constant Contact now.
Okay. Very good. Now, this is what we were talking about with the revenue drop.
Yeah.
I want to point out that these numbers for the first 10 months are an average. We did not have the exact numbers, but they totaled up to 66,000. So we just kind of took the average per month. But these show right about here is where that change in policy
January
came
15th.
in. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that was a mistake. So we're expecting a big upward swing next month.
Yes, we are.
Excellent.
And I have the email saying, please change this, and I had the email saying this was not a good idea. Please put it back. You
Now,
know?
the expenses did go down. Is that also a direct result of that?
Well, I'm trying to think. I think after the first of the year, we always reevaluate how we want to advertise. And Jan is in Vietnam now, so she's still my partner, but I can't really do anything without her input and her okay. So what I wanted to do, I felt that staying in these magazines was a waste of money because, you know, we've been in them 14 years. And if you read Western Horseman, you know, you've seen our ads so many times. And so I said to her that I wanted to stop advertising in print and I want to switch over to
Online advertising.
online. So this happened, you can see, right around December 31st. Right around December 31st, which was the end of the year, which was when, like we used to, we advertising Cowboys and Indians, for example, for 14 years. Mm-hmm. And they're quite expensive. They're, I think, $750 30, something like that. So again, when I looked at the referral counts, I thought, we've reached this audience. We've been there 14 years, and it's just not cost effective. So that was a 700 drop in expenses as well. So that is what's happened. You can see right around, well, this is the 15th. This is probably the medium part. So right around there is when, we paid for the month of December, and then starting in January, just in a few magazines that have been pretty consistent.
I see. Well, streamlining is always good. Now we just got to get those advertisements up online. So very, very nice. All right, can you tell me about the day-to-day operation of the site? How many hours do you actually put in per day or per week, if applicable?
Well, I say about 3 hours a day. And that would include, logging in the morning, maybe logging in at noon, maybe dinner time, maybe in the evening before I go to bed. And just, answer email, approve profiles, especially if PayPal, if someone paid by PayPal, they want to be updated pretty soon. And so that's why I do that. And then answering the mail, trying to think. We have something on our thing called a message limit, and I put that on once internet scammers started growing on the internet. This is like a check that if somebody sends more than 30 emails within an hour, it stops the mail. It says mail not sent, contact administrator. And so I will go on and make sure it's not an internet scammer, and then I can unblock it, and they can send as many as they want. But that's really helped us protect our members. And I'm pretty vigilant about that. I've been doing this for a long time, and I can spot them a mile away. And so I would say about 3 hours a day, and that's at the max. Okay. Because usually when I log on, it doesn't take very long to approve the profiles and read approve the photos. And then I also do all the extra work. So if there, for example, we had an update with our hosting company, Rackspace, so that, involved time, and then, getting our security certificate renewed. So there's a lot of little things that sort of come and go in between. But I would say 3 hours, maybe 2 hours a day at the most is required for the day-to-day.
Very nice. Okay. So if you were going to keep the site, what would you do to add some growth? And obviously we've already switched out one of the problems, but you have any other thoughts?
Right. Well, yes. As a matter of fact, I actually talked to a former radio personality who I had an idea about offering the website for free, maybe if it's just for a month or 2 months, and have it sponsor-driven. So you would have a really special event where sponsors would know that people are going to come here because it's free, so the traffic would just skyrocket. And I want to do that just to really jump-start it again and bring in a whole bunch of new blood, because if a site is free and I see it over and over again, the traffic just goes through the roof. So that was one idea I had, just offer it for a free month. As we approach, I was going to use the anniversary. We are approaching our 15-year anniversary, and as a thank you to our members, we're giving everyone a complimentary month. I would have also advertised that online, maybe Facebook, in the magazines, in our current ads, and then have the sponsors just basically cover that month. And then at the end of the month, I would say, anniversary specials, and just give them pretty low packages just to hook them in. And I would start advertising online, which is really the way to go, because you lose people by the time they see the ad in the magazine, and then they go home, they log on, and they, remember to go to the site. You just lose it. If you're online and you can advertise on different websites or the Google words, all you have to do is click. So I see, I know what the site was when I was giving it 100%. And to only focusing on marketing and promotion. That's all. That was my forte. And I believe that if I was to keep it, and obviously that's still a possibility, that would be what I would do. I've never been wrong. Well, I shouldn't say that I was wrong about reading your email for free, but 99% of the time I've never been wrong when it comes to this site. And I just think no matter what, when your biggest referral is still friend and relative, or just people searching with no expenses in advertising, that's still your biggest referral. It says it all.
I have to agree. Very nice. All right. So why exactly are you selling the site after you put so much time into it?
Well, first of all, I was on Oprah because I look young, but I'm not young. I'm in my early 60s, and I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm a writer, and I'm a good writer, and that's really what I want to be doing right now. And also, when Jan moved to Vietnam, even with the time difference, even if she had the time to still put in and help, it's just impossible. So pretty much I'm doing everything, which is taking me away from my writing, and it's just time. I just think that I would love to see this website continue for another 50 years, and she's in Vietnam, and I'm handling it by myself, and it's just time to move on. I just don't want to do it by myself anymore.
I understand. All right. Very good. Now,
Plus, I want to write. That's my true love is writing, and that's what I want to do.
very good. So this is the question and answer period. If any of y'all would like to ask any questions now, would be a good time. Oh, yes. One quick question. Do you know how many exact members are paying right now?
I looked at that the other day. I think it was about 1,200 paying members.
Okay. Follow-up question is how many are recurring? Do you have any idea?
I get asked that question a lot. The only way I can, I don't have the functionality again to do that. I suppose the only way to do it would be if I click a member's name, every package that they bought has been on there. So, manually you could pretty much figure it out. I could probably do a search in my merchant account, and I do have a way to do recurring billing if I wanted to, but I've never done that because I just felt that, I want people to re-up because they love the site and they want to do it. But all I can say is from the message board and seeing people, there's a lot of people that have stayed on this site since the very beginning.
Very good. That shows proof positive that you're doing good work with it. If nobody else has any other questions, I'm going to end it there. My name is Chip Bowerly. You can reach me at 863-557-3108, chip@latonas.com, or you can Skype me at chip.latonas. I am in contact with Marcia all the time, and we could get all your questions answered. So thank you, Marcia, for coming. I really appreciate it. You really did a great job. Sorry about the little snafu in the middle, but very good. All right, this will end the webinar today, and thank you again for attending.